Hey everyone, today, Dollar Tree Pumpkin DIYs. I've got 3 of the pumpkin 3D wreaths and 1 piece of pumpkin wall art. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. I'm Tanya, and I hope that you all like, share, and subscribe. Now for our first design, I'm going to take a piece of cardboard and trace out the shape of our wire wreath rim pumpkin. And then I'm going to be using the self-adhesive wallpaper sheets. This wood grain is one of my favorite ones. And I had some sheets left, so I just decided to piece it together. Now, I decided to go ahead and get my rope glued on before I cut out the pumpkin. Wow, did that make that a lot easier? So you'll have to give that a try. And once I get everything glued down, I'm just gonna cut around the outside edge of the rope, and you can see how neat this turns out doing it this way. Now I'm gonna glue down the top stem area, and I do put a little more glue at the bottom. And once I get the stem wrapped in the rope and paper bag, it really holds it on well. So you don't need a whole lot of glue, and you don't have to glue around the whole pumpkin rim. Now I love using paper bags to make the stem of the pumpkin, and you could even leave it with just the brown bag if you wanted to, but I'm going to wrap mine today in some of the rope, and now I'm just going to glue that little bit there at the bottom and pop that rim. You could see I popped it on the inside of the rope. And I decided to take one of these little pumpkin signs that Dollar Tree had this year and some of the fall leaves, and then they had those burlap leaves. But everyone, this one was so light and simple, but once I got this all done, and I ended up spreading those wires open where you could see the words welcome, gather together, and it just turned out so pretty. Now, look at this, how simple this is, but this is just perfect for your kitchen. You could put it on a door, or you could have it there on your front door, but I really enjoyed this one. I hope that you did. Now, this next one is a little bit more kind of like a floral vintage type look. I did the same thing with the cardboard, and everyone, I have been picking up this shelf lining paper all the time to use in my own home, and I decided that I wanted to paint the florals on this, and it turned out so pretty. Now this one's for inspiration, so you can do these florals whatever color that you would like. I just decided that I was going to use some of these paler colors, and I just wanted to see what this would look like. But this would be beautiful if you wanted to paint this paper, well, this shelf liner, in any kind of rich colors, and I just thought this was a fun idea. So I hope that you enjoy this one, and I hope it gives you lots of inspiration. And I just used some basic colors, some mustardy yellow, some lavender, and some soft pink. And then I took a little bit of the brown and done on the stems. And then I just decided to take and do just a very simple kind of messy stem out of that white rope that they have there at Dollar Tree. And everyone, almost everything I used here was Dollar Tree except for a few little florals that I had in my craft stash. And the reason why I did the light colors is because I wanted to use these florals. And this one to me just had kind of that really simple kind of vintage style, and I just thought this was really pretty. And this would probably be a nice one to have inside of your home or on your front door, whichever you like. But everyone, I've got actually 3 of the 3D wreath rims. I've got another one coming up that I really like. And then I've got a piece of pumpkin wall art for you today. Now I'm just going to finish that one off with that little wired rope. And look how pretty this turned out. Well, everyone, I will be back on Saturday with some more DIYs, and then we're going to start moving into some Christmas ideas here soon. So you'll have to let me know in the comments if you're ready for that. Now this one I had already had put together, and I took those little tile sticky sheets that they have there at Dollar Tree, and I went ahead and just painted over that with some white. And then I had the florals that they had at Dollar Tree, and I just thought I'd pop those sunflowers in there. Gonna do the same thing with my paper bag and wrap some of the thicker rope around the stem, but this one could not have been simpler. And I did paint it around the edges, you can see on the rope, with some of my white paint also. And then I took some of these dried flowers that I had, but I thought this one just kind of had that garden feel to it, like you were just picking up some of the dried weeds and some of the dried sunflowers and just different things. And I just kind of wanted this one to have a little bit of a garden theme. And I always pick up these corn husks at the grocery store, and I think they're perfect for just little accent pieces poking out on your design. So you can find those at the grocery store. And I always love to get those though. You'll have to check those out if you can find them, because you can see that they make a really pretty accent piece to the design. Well, here this one is, and I think this one turned out so pretty, and I hope you do also. Well, everyone, don't forget, if you're enjoying these today, I hope that you hit that like button, and I would love it if you subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to share with your friends also. Now, here's our last one for today. I have had these pumpkin signs forever in my craft stash. I took off the paper, scraped it off with a little utility knife there, and I added some cornstarch and some Elmer's glue, and then I decided to go ahead and add a little bit of just some matte white paint. And I really just wanted to get these kind of all cleaned up from where I scraped off the sign. And I added that cornstarch just because it gives it a little bit of thickness to help cover up that. But here are those gold flakes that they have, and I thought I'd give this one a try. And everyone, I really like how this turned out. And while the paint was still wet, you just want to dab them on there, and then about midway through I pressed them down after they dried some. And you can see they're so pretty the way they just kind of sparkle. And you could leave this design just like this and have that sparkle, but I decided to add I think it was like a bleach sand color, you'll see here in a moment. Yeah, just to tone it down a little bit. And I just thought this turned out so pretty. And if you hang it on the wall and it catches light, you can still see all of those little gold flakes popping through. Now, this is one of the hats that they have, and I always take those hats apart. You can find them during the Easter and spring season, and they make perfect little pieces that you can maneuver to do things like stems and different things out of. And after I get my stems glued on, I'm just gonna take some of that speckled tulle ribbon and just double it up and just cut a little dovetail on each side there, and just tie them in the middle with some rope twine. I used some of that white rope twine on this one, and I thought that would make just perfect little bows to put right underneath each one of the pumpkin stems. But everyone, this ended up turning out so pretty. I was actually going to use this for a leaner, like on my fireplace, and then I did decide to go ahead and just put a wall hanger on the back of it, and I really ended up hanging it on my wall. I may take it down and put it on the fireplace later, but I just thought this was a fun one, and it was something great to do with all of those pumpkin signs. I don't know if you're like me, but I sure did collect a whole stack of those. And then I had those Thankful and Blessed left over from last year, and here's how this one turned out. And you can see when the light hits it, it has that really neat little texture and sparkle to it. Well, everyone, I hope you enjoyed all of these DIYs today. If so, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.